if you stand right beside the pipe, if you know what I mean,
I
then
do.
the flower won't necessarily always come out. Like if you're standing right beside the pipe, sometimes they won't come out because they're shy, scared. And then you can just jump onto the top of the pipe and away you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just jump on the pipe. And
Okay.
sometimes you can, if you get the right pipe, you can just ride it and then you're in a new place. So
Oh God. Okay.
takes you to a whole new place.
It sure does. Welcome to Adapnation, where we break down game-to-screen adaptations and ask whether they actually got it right.
Let's go.
That was actually pretty good. I can't do that.
Oh, that was it. I was started. That's the start.
That's
the
it?
opening.
Oh, I can clip that in. Don't you worry.
Super Mario, the cartoon,
Uh-huh.
feels weird maybe a little bit watching it with no children around.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But is it a damn good time regardless? Yes, it is.
It is excellent.
Yeah, so we watched the Super Mario movie.
Mhm.
You were apprehensive. Maybe after our last foray into Mariodom, you watched the classic 1990 Super Mario.
Yeah, that was bad.
And you weren't feeling it.
No, not at all.
Feeling it.
I felt nothing but anger.
Classic, by the way. Great movie.
Only because it's old.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was so good. But anyway, this one is possibly better.
It is definitely better.
Yeah.
It is definitely better.
The absolute amount of Easter eggs in this movie has you just keeping an eye out in every scene. Like you can watch it 100 times because I have kids. So before we did this, I had already seen this movie a bunch of times. Like we'd watched it pretty continuously.
Okay.
Because the kids loved it. So, and I loved it. So I was okay with it.
Right.
And it was like every time I watched the movie, there'd be a new little something that I could grab out that was like just something interesting from the games or from something that I just recognized. And it's just a nostalgic trip. If for any Mario fan, and even if you're not a Mario fan, I think you can still enjoy the movie. But for a Mario fan, being able to pick out all those little pieces is just, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm not even a fan. And I was picking out stuff that I didn't even know I remembered from playing the game when I was just itty bitty.
I don't know if you were just itty bitty when the game came out.
I don't remember
maybe
how old
you
I would
were,
have been when the first Mario came out. Because I'm pretty sure that's the only one I've ever played.
Yeah, it's got to be in the 80s.
80s?
Oh, yeah.
So I was just itty bitty.
Yeah, I guess you were.
Yeah.
I guess I was.
Yeah.
Well, then. So the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
One that I picked up on this particular watch through that I was giggling about was when they were climbing down in the Brooklyn sewer system before they go into the pipe for the first time. There's a little sign that is easily missable as they're kind of going through, and it's a quick scene.
Okay.
But it says level 1-2, and then I loved it. I loved just that little tiny touch was awesome. Like you could watch this probably frame by frame and pick up something.
Probably, yeah. I missed that sign. I did not see it. I watched it twice.
Yeah. So good. So good.
That is pretty good.
Storyline wise, like I realized that, it's kind of based around the Mario story and stuff like that. But, but it matched the vibe of the games.
Yeah. Yeah. There was some story in there that is not from the games, and it fit really well. Like really well.
And I think that's something they can do with Mario that they can't do with a lot of other things, because there's so many different games and so many different kind of like reworks that they've done over the years, because it's been around for 45, 50 years.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
You just aged us, but okay.
That they can do any kind of like, they can add little things or pull out little things that to make things work a little better for them.
Yeah.
I said things a lot of times right there. And it was
I'll cut some out.
Yeah. You're not going to, are you?
No, absolutely not.
But it worked really. Like I think everything that all the changes that they made in the movie, those little shifts and stuff, worked amazingly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt good.
I think one of the biggest changes they made was to Peach.
Maybe for like early game.
Yeah,
like early games, Peach for sure. But like, there's later games that definitely let Peach shine too.
Yeah.
Especially in like if you're playing something like Super Smash Bros. Which is what that Donkey Kong and Mario fight felt like in this movie. She's like she's a warrior in that. but I mean, they make everybody warriors, so I don't know if that counts. But there's other games that you can play through a bit as her, and she can fight, she can scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can throw hands.
Well, that's good.
She's cool. She got like a float move.
A
It's cool.
float move.
Yeah, she jumps and then you can float with her a little bit, and she'll glide.
Oh, wait, she
Um,
kind of did that in the movie with her dress.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
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 just like that.
just like that.
Oh my god.
Like the little legs out, and then she'll float a bit. Yeah, that I can't even remember which Mario that was, but you could play as the different characters, and each one of them kind of had like a bit of a different thing. Mario was still Mario, like that. He's still who he is.
Okay.
Luigi could like jump, and then you could like he'd kind of kick his feet, and he'd get a little higher than usual,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he'd fall down a little faster. And then Peach had the kind of float, and Toad was super fast. So you could play as any one of the four. And that was one of the earlier games too. Like it wasn't
Huh.
that far removed from the first few. So yeah,
Cool.
she's been kicking ass for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have a question for you. Those flowers that they use?
Piranha
It-
plants?
Yeah, is that actually from the games?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been around since game 1, I think.
Well, because she put the blue flower on and she turned into
Oh, those
Elsa,
flowers.
and I was like, wait a sec, is that like a reference?
I thought
to
you were talking
Frozen?
about the other flowers. The ones that come out and go
Oh, those things. I remember those things. I think everyone hates those things.
Yeah, those are piranha
Yeah.
plants.
Yeah, I hate those.
And the
That's
flowers,
how I die every
yeah,
time.
you're scared of the
I hate
piranha
the
plants.
flowers. Yeah, I don't like
If you stand right beside the pipe, if you know what I mean,
I
then
do.
the flower won't necessarily always come out. Like if you're standing right beside the pipe, sometimes they won't come out because they're shy, scared. And then you can just jump onto the top of the pipe and away you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just jump on the pipe. And
Okay.
sometimes you can, if you get the right pipe, you can just ride it, and then you're in a new place. So
Oh God.
um,
Okay.
takes you to a whole new place.
It sure does.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't a
So
Frozen
sorry.
reference?
The flowers, those flowers,
Uh-huh.
yeah, those are in the game.
What were they called?
What do you mean, what were they
There's too
called?
many.
Fire flower?
Fire flower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there was
And then there was an ice
the
flower.
Frozen one.
Yeah, so ice flowers came out later.
Oh, okay. So it was.
But fire flowers have been around since game 1. Well,
Oh.
maybe not game 1, mind you,
Okay.
because game 1 might have been, Jumpman.
Yeah.
So, which again, great reference to
Yes.
with was it Giuseppe or whatever his name was in that they meet in Brooklyn there.
Yeah.
That looks like a kind of older looking Mario, a
Yeah.
little weirder style.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a cool reference to the before pre-Super Mario.
And, like, they had so many references.
Probably my favorite reference had to have been, though, the one that I like, I'll still, even after watching it this many times, audibly laugh to, is when they get to the castle and they're standing there talking to the toads that are guarding the front, and one of them says, maybe the princess is in another castle, because it's straight from the first game, and every time you'd beat like a stage 1-8 or 2-8, you'd fight Bowser thing, and then you'd win, and you'd get in there, and hopefully Peach is in there, and she's not in there. It's just a toad, and he just says, sorry, Mario, but the princess is in another castle, and then you got to continue the journey. So it's a funny, just great classic line. Like, they did so well. They did so many great things with this movie.
Yeah.
So happy with it.
And it's kind of impressive because they put a literal fuck ton of game references into an hour and 32-minute movie, and it worked. Like, it didn't take away from the story that they were telling. It was just good.
No.
Yeah.
And character wise, we usually get into kind of character references. We talked a bit about Peach.
Yeah.
And she is initially in the first game, she was that classic damsel in distress that like every video game had.
Well,
a
back
damsel
in
in
the
distress
80s, yeah.
But she did eventually come into her own, and I think that was the Peach that we got in this. And I think it worked super well. And I like the fact that she was the one teaching Mario about the world and teaching him how to fight and stuff. It worked. It worked really well. The little training montage stuff and him dying over and over again
on that course.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Watching him on that course, I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't. That's where I die a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I would get through that.
That's just the basic game, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I think I beat the original Mario once and then never tried again.
The original Mario was hard as F, man.
Yeah.
Like, especially once you got to stage 8 for World 8, I mean, like,
Mhm.
it was no joke.
No,
It's no joke.
no. It took a long time to beat that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember fun story from my childhood. I would
Mhm.
like, because we had Mario. I'd be playing it and having a good time before bed.
Mhm.
Sometimes my aunt and uncle, who were only about 10 years older than me, would be babysitting me at the time. So they'd be teenagers.
Okay.
And they would send me to bed well before my bedtime and just take over playing Mario.
Oh,
They would
no.
just be playing my Mario game, and I would have to go to bed. But they'd be up
That's
like
brutal.
all night just
Really?
playing Mario, trying to beat Mario. It was a classic. It was the golden age of video games, man. Not even Super, sorry, Nintendo, the
Yeah.
NES.
Original Nintendo.
Yeah, one of the first big mainstream vibes that came out. So, yeah, that's a story from my childhood. Still scarred. I never got to finish Mario. No, I did eventually
Yeah,
as an older person.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
That's one of those games you have to finish.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not number 2.
No?
No, it was awful.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't like number 2?
no. Have you ever played it?
No. Never
No.
even seen it.
Yeah, it's not popular.
Mm.
I don't think a lot of people even think about number 2, but they'll think about number 3.
Yeah?
Yeah,
3 was really good?
so good. That's
Oh.
where you first get the raccoon suit,
Oh, okay.
right? Which we
Okay.
got to see
Mhm.
Mario
Yeah.
in this where he's flying around. But he's got like I don't know what's going on with his raccoon suit. He must have a super P-wing built in there where you're just staring at me, very confused.
Oh, what?
So the you could get a wing thing in 3 where it would let you just fly.
Oh,
And if you
okay.
get the like super one, you could just infinitely, you could just be cruising for like right through a stage.
Oh, like, even if you get hit, it doesn't go away?
Well, if you got hit, it would go away, but you
Okay.
could get it and then you could fly up out of frame and then fly across the top and just go through a stage like that.
Oh my god. Okay, so I need that
Yeah, but
if
that
I'm
was in
ever
number
gonna
3,
play.
but you'd have to like try and get them. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
then save it for a really shitty level that you're like ready to rage quit or throw a
Oh,
controller through your screen.
okay. I
Yeah,
see what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's good.
Okay.
It's good times. Good times. But yeah, I thought
Oh,
let's get to Mario
okay.
himself.
Mhm.
I think when the movie was first kind of announced and we got Chris Pratt is going to be Mario,
Mhm.
I feel like there was like a sneak peek or something where it literally just sounded like Chris Pratt,
Oh,
like
okay.
not even trying to sound like not Chris Pratt at all, just Chris Pratt,
Right.
and everybody was like losing their minds. They're like, this isn't Mario, and I could see using the straight Mario voice for an entire movie
Oh, no, thank you.
might be a lot,
Yeah, that's a lot.
right?
Yeah, because like, when they were doing that commercial thing, I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Okay, Italian Mario."
right.
But I was like, if they did that the whole movie, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much.
Like the over the top
The over the
Italian
top,
accent.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because
yeah.
like, I heard Italian people talk, and it's not like that.
No,
That's over the top. But I mean, it's like a little kid thing, right? So,
yeah, and it works for like the games or something small or like quick,
yeah,
where you're not watching it for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I think it would have felt too much. It
yeah,
would have felt like too much.
yeah. Although I really like that they put it into that little ad that they
Yeah,
made. Yeah,
yeah,
that was
that was a
nice.
nice touch.
Yeah,
Good touch. And they put the capes on them in the commercial.
yeah.
You can get a cape in one of the games and fly like as a suit, like an actual. You're actually a Super Mario.
Is that like the same idea
I think
as
so.
flying
Yeah,
through the level?
yeah. But it
Yeah.
was in. I want to say it was in a later game, a later one
Oh, okay.
that you could get a little cape. It's hard to keep track of all the games in your head.
There's
Like
a
if
lot of
you've played
games.
them,
Yeah.
it's hard
Yeah.
to keep track of which one's which.
Yeah.
But the ones that obviously stand out in my head the most are probably 1 and 3 because those were like my video game formative years.
Yep. Yeah. I can see that.
But yeah, so Mario,
Yeah.
thought he was actually really well played
Hmm.
by Chris Pratt. Thought he
Yeah.
did a
I
great
enjoyed
job.
it. I never would have known that was Chris Pratt just by watching the movie.
No,
Wouldn't have had a clue.
no, it didn't. He
No.
didn't feel as Chris Pratt as Chris
No.
Pratt sometimes feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think because when you're thinking about Chris Pratt most of the time now, like for me anyway, I'm thinking about Star Lord,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Me too.
And how he acts kind of in that. And I feel like that's probably if I was thinking of Chris Pratt, that's the kind of attitude and vibe I think he would have
Yeah.
in life if
Yeah.
you were just meeting him.
Yeah.
Um, So
That's
this
fair.
was enough offset that it didn't feel so Chris Pratt, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying it was, but I
No,
was
it
happy that
just
he was playing a character at least.
I think it's kind of I think it's a good point though because it shows like he's got more range than we thought he had,
Yeah,
like as an actor.
yeah.
So
Because
that's kind
even
of
in
cool.
clips that I've seen of like The Office,
Mhm.
his character kind of feels like Star Lord. You know what I mean?
I
I
didn't
don't.
know he was in the. I've never
Is
seen The
it The
Office.
Office? It's The Office that he's in.
Is it The Office? I've never seen it.
He's in an office
He's in an
in
office.
the clips that I've seen. So I feel like maybe,
Okay, maybe.
but it could be a totally different show that I've never watched.
Well,
I've never
in
watched The Office either. So
oh, okay.
this isn't a great reference. I
No,
mean,
it's really bad.
I'm sorry. I just saw some funny things on TikTok of his outtakes
Oh, okay.
on whatever this show was,
In
where
an
he's in an
office.
office.
Yeah. Maybe not the
It
office, but
could
an office.
right,
Okay.
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Moving on. Luigi.
Luigi.
I thought played super well as well.
Mm-hmm.
He had the right vibe, like kind of the scared younger brother guy.
Yeah.
He played it really well, and I thought his scenes were pretty fun too.
Yeah, they were.
Actually, he probably had some of the best like comedic kind of strange moment scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get the dry bones, which is always a good time, and they're always kind of funny.
Okay. Yep. I
Um,
remember those.
I like them in the games. I think they came out. I can't. They came out within the first few games as well. And would do the same thing. You'd knock them down, like you'd be able to jump on them like a normal turtle, and they'd fall apart, and then they would eventually like rebuild themselves and start chasing you around again.
Oh, okay. So you
So
can't actually kill those?
I no, I think if you like flick a shell at them, it'll actually pop them into the air, and then they'll go away.
Oh, okay.
But if it's just a dry bones and you don't have any other way, you can
Yeah.
bop them, but they'll come back up
Oh, damn.
like after a few seconds. It becomes kind of a pain in the rear end when you're
Probably.
fighting them. But it's a good
Yeah.
time. I thought that was a cool reference. There's a lot of like the feel of like Luigi's Mansion
Mm-hmm.
throughout those dark creepy pieces because that's kind of where he started to build up his own character. Like he had that was his like that's his standalone. His
He has
Luigi.
his own game?
Yeah, he's got
Oh, okay.
Luigi's Mansion where he gets to, wander around and haunted house and shines his light on stuff and like there's booze there, which are ghosts, the ghosts.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And then they'll kind of try and go away and stuff. But it's a fun little game. And I think you can play it co-op and stuff. And I think you can play
Oh,
as Mario, but he's the main dude in that one. It's not Mario.
okay.
Luigi's the main jam. He's the
So that
man.
was actually like a pretty big reference then in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his little going
Oh,
around and
shit.
doing things and running into the haunted house and
Yeah.
then you get the shy guys that are in there.
Okay. Yep.
So the guys with the masks are called shy guys.
Why are they called shy guys? Do you know?
They're shy.
Because they're shy. That's it.
Yeah.
Just shy guys.
I think some of them actually. I'm trying to remember things as we're talking too, because there's so much. I feel like some of them, if you look at them, they'll put their hands over their face and stop moving in the games because they're shy. So now you're looking at them, so
Oh,
you
okay.
can't look at them, so they're hiding, and then you stop looking at them though. And the same kind of idea with or maybe that's Boo. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of because I know if you look at Boo, he also hides behind his hands. So I could be getting two different things mixed up. Those are the ghosts.
So just all the ghosts in the games are shy?
Yeah, they're scared to like you can't look at them. So there's some good stuff there. Like the shy guys have the masks on for sure. That's what they're called.
Huh.
And then the whatever those things are called, as Bowser calls the spiky guys, or spinies. They're just called spinies.
Like the little turtle things?
Yeah,
Okay.
because Bowser's calling out the Koopas and the Goombas and whatever those things are called.
Whatever those things. Oh, yeah. And then they look all sad, like,
Yeah,
oh.
they're spinies. The weirder things are the things with no spikes with the shells that kind of look like spinies, but they're black. I think are called like beezles or something really
Oh,
weird.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
There's so many great things. Um, so yeah, the best part of Luigi's story, however,
Mm-hmm.
has to be after he's captured.
Okay.
See a little airship reference, which is nice. Game 3 kind of reference. I think Game 3. Game 3?
Sure.
I think Game 3 is Koopa Kids.
Absolutely.
He gets captured, put in the chain thing.
Okay.
It's dropped down into the prison where we've already got the penguins, but we've also got Aluma,
Uh-huh.
which are the star things, or a reference to the star things from Star Wars Galaxy,
Okay.
and is probably it's probably my favorite character in this whole movie.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too. Every time that little depressed star came on scene, it was like, oh, what's it gonna say? Oh my god.
Like, it has such a horror movie vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the creepiest, happy, but just utterly depressing speech in a little child voice. I could watch a horror movie with that in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Yep. I
oh,
want a whole movie with just that little depressed
oh.
star.
And you might get it because the new movie that hopefully we'll be talking about soon, is Super Mario Galaxy.
Yep.
So in theory, we could
Could
get
be
a
there.
whole lot more. And I was wondering when I saw that it was Super Mario Galaxy that was coming, was it the popularity of that little star that
Oh,
made them go, okay, that's
that's what we're
where we're
doing.
gonna go.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
And then they'll be able to
Yeah.
introduce and maybe have the little depressed star kind of as a side character throughout the film could be
Yeah. They
great.
might go there. They might go there. I noticed a couple references where it's like, oh, I wonder if they're setting that up for the second movie in this series.
Oh, are you referencing the post scene?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
That's my like childhood Mario experience that I'm like, yeah, I missed him in the entire movie.
Well, make the noise then. Do the sound. Do his
Oh, I
voice.
can't do the
No,
sound.
do it.
I can't do it.
Do it.
I can't do
Just
it.
one time. Well, tell us who you're talking
Oh,
about.
I'm
Then
talking
you
about
haven't even.
Yoshi, obviously. It's like the best character in all of Super Mario.
There's a case to be made there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
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 Just riding him around, punching him in the back of the head. It's great. Sticks his tongue out about it.
Yeah.
Eats stuff.
I think I would.
Shits eggs. That's
Yeah. It's perfect.
mm-hmm.
Perfect character.
Have you ever played like Yoshi's Woolly World or anything like that?
I remember playing something at, what was it? It would have been like The Source or like Woolco. Do you remember when you went into the department stores and they had the games set up in the electronics department and it was all like encased?
I'm sorry, I am so stuck on Woolco right now. Like, so stuck on Woolco.
That's going way, way back. Woolco.
Couldn't you just thrown out a Walmart reference or something?
There wasn't a Walmart. We're in Canada.
Kmart then.
We didn't have Walmart.
Kmart.
Kmart.
Something.
Okay, sure. Kmart or like Zellers.
Sure, Zellers. Okay.
Yeah.
Woolco.
I loved Woolco.
Is this 1960?
Yeah. It was like a mini Walmart. It was so good.
Was there even video games back in
They
your
had an
time?
electronics department. Back, you're older than me, asshole.
I don't remember going down to the Woolco. But yes, I do.
Yep.
I do remember going into the stores and them having the video game trial
Yeah.
station.
It was just set up and it was all encased in this like clear plastic shit. And you couldn't remove the controllers, but you could play.
Yeah.
And there would be a lineup of kids. And eventually someone who worked in the electronics would have to stand there and start timing the kids and be like, okay, get out. It's the next kid's turn.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
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 We would all just go to play the video games.
Oh, I'd hang out there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than the arcade.
Well, I couldn't buy the game, so I had to go to the local Woolco and play it there.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where I played a game that was like predominantly Yoshi.
Yes. Could have been Woolly World. There's a few Woolly Worlds and stuff like that is Yoshi based, so they're good games. They're solid games. You know, the world of Mario games like are almost all solid games. Like for their times or still to this day or whatever.
Yeah.
They're all great games, I think. Except for number 2. Number 2 sucks.
Except for number 2.
Oh, so bad.
You know what? Generally speaking, number 2 in a series always is like,
and
not
they
as
got to
good.
either try and bring it back on 3 or make it worse, and then the series dies. But
yeah,
they did just fine with Mario because he's a flagship guy.
Yeah,
he's synonymous with video gaming.
Yeah,
like just in general.
I think anybody who plays video games know who Super Mario is. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Let's get to Bowser.
Different.
You knew what you were gonna get. You knew what you were gonna get. Because as soon as they announced Jack Black for something, the character's definitely gonna be a little maybe over the top.
Musical.
Peaches, 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 peaches. oh yeah. Yeah. So what a brainworm of a song.
Uh-huh.
And if you had or have children and watch this movie, you can be assured that that will be played repeatedly for a long point. I
Uh-huh.
worked at where I work at in the school systems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when this movie came out, like for weeks and weeks, that's the song I heard just being bellowed by children down the hallways and stuff like
Oh
that
my
all the
God.
time and at home,
Oh no.
just all my days.
Oh no.
And I did get a little sick of the song, but during this watch through, I was enjoying it once again. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good jam.
It definitely sticks in there. Even like last night, just brushing my teeth before I went to bed, I was just in my head, peaches, 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 peaches,
Yeah,
peaches. It was
and
pretty
it's
good.
just easy.
Yeah.
It's an easy
Yeah. But I
jam.
mean, it's Jack Black,
Oh
so
yeah,
how do you not
he's
love it?
he's a brainworm guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah.
But Bowser was great.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the zaniness. I liked the over the topness. Bowser, I think, gets left out of personality wise in
Yeah.
a lot of the games. But this I think brought some interesting life to Bowser
Yeah.
and his motives.
Yeah.
It was funny,
Yeah.
funny
I'm
guy.
gonna marry Peach. And I was like, whoa, that took a turn.
Yeah,
Okay. What?
yeah, yeah. Well, he's always stealing her. I guess he
Yeah,
had a reason.
I
Wasn't for
guess
a
so.
snack.
No.
Wasn't for a snack. Maybe a little snack,
Maybe
but
a little snack. I mean, it's Peach. No.
snacking on a peach.
Hmm.
We've all been there.
Yep.
This is good.
Fuzzy peaches are my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if it's not fuzzy, it's a nectarine.
exactly. Nobody wants a nectarine. They want a fuzzy peach.
Well, sometimes I like to snack on a nectarine, but a fuzzy peach too.
Fuzzy
I'm
peaches are
okay either way.
juicier.
I'm okay either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not very picky.
No,
No.
as long as it's sweet, I'll eat it.
Okay. I can agree with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, loved Bowser in this movie. He was an interesting fellow. It was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that they brought in Captain Toad.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the Toad that you get introduced to is Toad from his own like standalone video game where it's like a puzzler and you kind of have to shift this like block around and you're trying to like make your way through a space and click buttons and stuff like that. So it's a straight up puzzle game with
Oh,
like
okay.
Mario characters, but Toad is the centerpiece of it all. With
Huh.
the little backpack and everything.
Aw.
So it's like it's a cool nod too, and he's like the most popular Toad, obviously, because
Mm-hmm.
he's got his own game. But yeah, I love that they brought him in. I love that we got a solid Donkey Kong,
Oh my God.
uh,
I love Donkey Kong.
big meathead.
Love Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were you expecting the classic? What's his name? Seth? Is it Seth
Seth
Rogen?
Rogen?
Were you expecting Donkey Kong to go? I can't even do Seth Rogen's laugh, but his laugh always sounds like somebody who's pretending to laugh.
Yeah.
We're expecting that to come out of Donkey Kong.
I was not. No.
Oh, it was so good. That was I could literally. I'm like quickly glancing at pieces of the notes and stuff and things we
Mhm.
haven't talked about and whatnot. But if we do that, I feel like we would talk for another like hour.
We could probably do a whole hour podcast on Donkey Kong's
Yeah.
part in this movie.
Yeah.
There was so much.
There's literally so much to talk about still. I
Yeah.
mean, we've got like the Mario Kart
Yeah.
elements and things
Yeah.
like that. There's so much things.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be able to touch on it all.
There's too much. This can't be a 3-hour podcast
No.
episode.
But love the Donkey Kong elements. I love
Mhm.
seeing the other Kongs. You had Diddy, and what the hell's his name? Grumpy Kong?
Grumpy
Krusty
Kong? I'll go with it.
What's his name?
I don't remember. Come on now.
Cranky?
Cranky? Cranky.
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Yes.
Yep.
Good throwback. And I mean, did you ever play any of the Donkey Kong games?
Yeah.
So you get like, he's got like his own side scroller that you get to do after he kind of stops being the monkey that throws barrels at Mario.
Yep.
And his whole line of games are great too. Like he's got a whole bunch of.
Yeah, they were
games.
pretty popular too. Yeah, they took
Donkey
off
Kong
really well.
Country was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things. Mario Kart, Rainbow Road.
Yep.
Was awesome.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
I love that whole thing. I love the Mario Kart vibe and scene too. Was just baller. Like I love Mario Kart. Mario Kart's a fun game. I've been playing it for a long time, and it's one of those games that you can whoop your kids' asses at.
Yep.
And just make them sad
And not feel bad about it. Yeah.
And they'll
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, can you let us win one time?" And you can tell them, "Yeah,"
Nope.
but then you just whoop them again.
Get good.
And then they do get good, and
And
then
then they do. Yeah.
and then it's a problem.
That's a sad
Then
day.
it's
I really like that they were actually shooting out bananas.
right?
Yeah. That was cool.
Slinging bananas, turtle shells flying
Yep.
around. Had a bullet bill in there, which tracks you, and then you had the classic blue shell,
Yep.
that'll go to the lead car and just hammer it and hammer everything along its way. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Super well done. Like, it was so good,
Yeah, that's one thing about this movie is I can't think of a single scene where I'm like, they could have done without that.
right?
Or that could have been better.
Right?
There was nothing. There was just every scene was fantastic.
And they packed it in, and it was still great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
such a good movie. I'm gonna w I'm we need to cut ourselves off here
We're
a
gonna
little
go
bit.
right to it. Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
because
We're
we're
yeah,
gonna get
we're
carried away. We're gonna talk for another hour. So, as an adaptation
yep.
of and I'm not gonna say this often, but 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, they have done anything better adaptation-wise? No, they packed it in. They did it in a way that didn't take away from any of the film elements, any of the story elements, and just dropped just full fan service on top of us.
Yep.
Like, just a pile, and it was all good and all well done. So, it's a 10, and as far as movies go, it's a 10. I can watch this movie again. I could watch it another 5 million times over the course of what's left of my life, and it's still gonna, I think, be good. Not just for the fact that it's a nostalgic piece for me because it's one of the first games that came out, and we came up in that video game age, right? Like,
Yeah.
where household video games really started to gain traction. That's where we started.
Oh yeah.
So, we've been with it since Nintendo came out, and maybe a little before.
Geez, like Sega.
Nintendo's
I
older.
no, I guess Nintendo, original Nintendo would be older than Sega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, well, they were pretty close, but
Yeah.
it'd be like Atari would have been the only thing before that would have been a real household name.
Yeah.
And
I
I
get it.
have one of those. Well,
Yeah, we did
so,
too. The
yeah.
whole entertainment unit, TV, original Nintendo,
Yeah.
a little bottle of rubbing alcohol, and
Mhm.
a box of Q-tips, and that was all we had.
Yeah. Yeah. That you gotta have. Oh, they even see 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Even now, when I'm sitting here thinking about it, they even made a blowing it reference
Yep.
in the movie. Um, I don't probably if you're listening to this and you're, of a certain age, you're not gonna know what that means.
Nope.
But back in the day, sometimes you just had to blow it a little and then stick it back in, and then it would work just the way you wanted. So, uh, ah, so many good references. Such a good movie. 10 out of 10.
It was.
It was a 10.
Yeah.
I don't say that.
No, I don't
I
think you've
don't
ever
even know
given it
if I've
10.
ever said that ever.
No.
Yeah,
Of course, some of the shit that we've reviewed.
that's fair.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your jam? How you feeling over there?
Same.
Same?
10. Adaptation.
See, and you don't even like cartoons that much, to be fair.
I am not a Mario fan. I played one game when I was like 8, and that was a long time ago. And I don't watch kids' movies. I don't watch cartoons. It's just not my jam. But this movie was fucking great. It was so good. It was so good. I made my wife watch it the next day
Yeah.
because I wanted to watch it again.
So you watched it twice in a row.
I watched it twice in a row.
That's how good this is.
That's how good it is. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Doesn't matter whether
Adaptation,
you're
10 out of 10
adult,
movie.
a kid,
Nope.
whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Watch this movie.
Watch the fucking movie. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I really hope to God they put that little depressive blue star in the next one because
Yeah.
I want to see it again.
I don't know if we'll get it if we
maybe.
go to Yoshi's World. But
Oh, okay. Well, that would be a good
Be-
trade off. That'd be okay.
we'll be somewhere.
Maybe they'll put it like in the credits,
Could be.
little credit scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that it's okay. It's still alive, right?
As far as we know.
I mean,
As far as we know.
animated kids movie. It's definitely still alive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
I think we can say much more about it without talking for another hour. So
Yeah. We're just going to cut it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow.
Okay. As always, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, consider following the podcast so you don't miss future discussions as new episodes air.